Okay, you're going.
Is anybody showing up?
Not yet.
Just us. What do you got?
You're going.
No one's coming to our party.
It's a sushi party. You've got somebody watching.
A single sushi party.
Well, no, there's 3 people now.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say that my brother from another mother, Kevin Sakis, he always wants to see my ninja move. As I've gotten older, I don't do nearly as much as what I used to.
Oh my goodness.
That's one of the biggest highlights of the show, is seeing me.
Yes. That's why I stand over here. Until you're done.
Yeah.
And then I proceed with caution.
Where is it? Look at this. You've never seen this one.
Okay.
This is if 2 people are coming at you.
Lord have mercy. All right, is it safe for me to approach?
All right, come on in. Okay, this is Keeton's with an S in the kitchen. Why is they wearing shirts? The budget's still really small.
That'd be good.
This is the sushi episode. This is one of the biggest episodes ever to hit the internet. Now, I know we're getting ready to start here in just a second, but I know people are wondering, what do we know about sushi? We're from the hills of Kentucky. Well, I am. You're from the hills of Illinois. I was an exchange student in Japan when I was 15 years old. It involved a certain amount of beer drinking.
Yeah.
At 15, it was a good time. But anyway, I did eat a lot of sushi when I was over there. So one of my favorite things to make has always been, since that time, to make sushi. Sushi is, I would say it's relatively new, but it's been around the United States for a while now. When I came back from Japan in 1986, I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that are saying, I wasn't even born in 86.
I'm shocked and awed.
I know, yeah, you were tiny. You were like, this is in 1986. So when I came back, there wasn't sushi places. So if you wanted sushi, you had to make your own, and it became a bigger thing, and now there's sushi everywhere, and everyone loves it, and the health benefits, and blah, blah, blah. I love making it. Sarah loves making it. We've done it a couple of times. We haven't done it in a while, so
no, we haven't.
This is going to be one of those things where I'm going to be a little rusty. But you can save a lot of money by doing this. As much as we love sushi, it's a rare treat. I stuck the pig sticker, which is our thing that flips food, in my finger yesterday. So if anybody's wondering why that's all swollen up and sore. Anyway, it's really expensive to go eat at sushi places typically. We could drop $150 in a vat of an eye with us and our family. So this is going to be a way that you can make sushi rolls at home. You can customize these to whatever you like, put whatever you want in them. We're going to show you the techniques, and then you can take off with these. We'll do a few rolls here. We'll show you. We actually had a couple of days. So I did the video yesterday on showing you how to make the sushi rice. Great video. I highly recommend watching that video, by the way. And then I got it all going. I did the video. You wash it. You do this. You do that. So I went doing whatever I was doing. And about a half hour later, Sarah says, "What's that smell?" And I said, "I don't know."
Well, we both knew that the rice was cooking,
right.
So we both walked away.
So anyway, later on, we remembered that I had rice going on the stove, and it pretty well burnt and stumped the whole joint up. But anyway, I've got the remnants of that rice that I saved some of, and then I've got some that I just cooked a little while ago. If you didn't watch the video last night, rinse your rice really good. The whole key to getting good sticky sushi rice, rinse that rice really, really, really good before you cook it. Keep rinsing it until that water runs clear. Otherwise, it's not going to stick together and it's not going to make sushi rolls. You're going to have really good fried rice or whatever you want. But so we're going to get started here right now. Sarah is going to parboil this asparagus.
Yep.
What we need to do is,
I said you gave me the bigger knife. So I'm going to just kind of size out my sushi nori sheets here and see about how wide they are. That's going to be kind of my guiding line on where I cut this asparagus, which is right above this rubber band here.
Yes.
If you don't cook a lot of asparagus, you always always want to chop off the last couple inches. It's very fibrous. I want to get rid of that. It's really, it's tough, it's no good. It's not where it's at. Alright, so what do you have going? Over here, I have some water that is boiling, and I do have my bamboo steamer. That's what I like to use to steam my vegetables. I mean, a metal steamer's fine if that's what you normally use, or you could just go ahead and put this into the boiling water. I think it's a little bit harder to get things tender crisp when you actually go into the boiling water than just versus steaming it. But if that's your option, that's fine. Just go ahead and put it into the boiling water. I'm gonna put mine up here on top of my bamboo steamer. Asparagus does not take very long to be tender crisp. If you are overcooking asparagus, you're not gonna like it. People say, I don't like asparagus. They're overcooking it. If you cook it to the point that you smell it, a lot of cooking to me is by smell. People say, well, how do you know it's done? I mean, I'll look at it and it will turn a more vibrant green color, but I won't pull it until that first inclination that I smell it. As soon as you smell it, it's done. So once I start to smell it, I've got ice in this bowl here. I'm gonna put some water in there. In this particular application, we're blanching, which basically means you're gonna cook it, then you're gonna stop the cooking process. You want it to stop immediately. So you're gonna take it directly from the steam basket into a ice bath and stop the cooking process.
Now with your sushi I was talking about, I listed some different ingredients. Use what you like. That's the great thing about sushi. You can have it any way you want. Now, like all the other Keetons in the kitchen shows, you'll always get a bonus, because we're big into bonus. So today you're getting a giant bonus for free.
I don't even know what the bonus is.
I know, see? It's a bonus for everyone. When you go to the sushi, I say sushi. When you go to the sushi place, they always have the spicy Japanese mayo that they put on the top.
Yum.
I'm going to show you how to do this at home, and so we can top a few of our rolls with this, just a little here and there, make something pretty, just put it all over the top, however you want to do it. We have our bottle over here. This is our bottle with our sesame oil. Hopefully you can see this. This is a very voluptuous lady.
She has a great physique.
She has a very good physique. She has a little rounded bottom, and then she's busty. Sarah didn't know. We also had the man.
Yeah, no, you just pulled out the man the other day. I've lived here 2 years.
He's
what the heck?
He's too skinny. What this guy is. But anyway, we have the man. Notice we use a lot more of the woman.
What is even in the man?
Then we use the man. The man actually has barbecue sauce. It's triple X Pappy's White Lightning. That's some good barbecue sauce, boy. Anyway, we're gonna put the man back over here. And so we got our lady here. All you have, 2 big heaping tablespoons of mayo. Now, when you're using sesame oil, whether this is in Chinese food, sushi, whatever you're using it for, you go light.
Yes.
Sesame oil goes a mile.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna measure it after that big speech. I'm gonna go with this is gonna be about a half a teaspoon. No more.
Or a splash.
Trust me, a splash of whatever. Let's turn her toward the camera a little bit. And then I have chili garlic. This is just straight chili garlic sauce. This you can find in the Asian aisle of any grocery store. It's even in our little one in town down there. It can be a little spicy. If you don't like spice, cut this down just a little bit. This again is going to be about a half. That's about a teaspoon. I'll say half.
Teaspoon.
Woo, that's good. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your mayo, you've got your chili garlic sauce, and you've got your sesame oil. Mix this up, and the reason we're doing this flavor needs to sit for a minute. And that is going to be your spicy Japanese mayo that you can put on the top of these rolls.
That's it?
That's it. 3 ingredients. It's exactly what's in there. It's delicious. I don't think there is enough chili garlic.
I smell the sesame oil.
Definitely has enough sesame oil. Definitely does not have enough chili garlic for me. So we're going to go with about 2 teaspoons of that. If you don't like it spicy, go with a half. If you don't like a half, then you shouldn't be making spicy Japanese mayo at that point. Again, mayo, chili garlic sauce.
No, that's spot on. That's good.
That's exactly what they got. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to set that aside. Woo!
That's a little spicy.
That's good right there, boy. That go good on anything. I've actually dipped chips in that before.
I believe it.
I've actually stuck my finger in it before. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cut up a couple of vegetables here that we'll put in our sushi. So Sarah did that with the asparagus. I'm going to do that with this cucumber here. And again, what you want on these is to avoid trying to overstuff these. Now, I know it's the American way, and I know it's always awesome to stuff as much stuff as you can in a jelly roll and in a donut. It doesn't really work in sushi rolls, and trust me, I've tried. Trust me.
Last time we made these, I seem to remember some overstuffed.
Me going, well, I want this thing closed. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this cucumber, and I'm cutting it into about 1/4-inch slices. Now what you'll do typically is take these rounded ends that you cut off the edges. I took a round cucumber, I cut into 4 slices, so I ended up with 2 round ends. Save these for your salad. Save them for something else down the road. You don't necessarily, here, hold on. You don't necessarily need those for this. What you want is these nice little cubes. So I'm going to go down through here, and I'm going to cut these again into about 1/4-inch slices. So we end up with squares about yay long. Thank you. And we're going to set those aside. Now, again, we're going to have Sarah slice this in half and then use our little thing. This is an avocado, just a nice ripe avocado.
We should have pulled this out.
I know, I forgot totally about that.
That's because we're organized, right?
Have we ever shown that?
No.
That's our gadget, our gadgety gadget. Speaking of gadgets, I got something to get out. You talk about that.
This is, I'm not the gadget lover. Shawn's the gadget lover. But I will say that I actually like this gadget so much that we got my mom one. And when I was at her house this weekend, I asked her to get it out. I said, don't you have your avocado slicer? She said, yeah. So this end is a knife. So you just cut around the perimeter of the avocado. This little doohickey in the middle is to get the pit out. So you just kind of slap it on there, give it a twist, comes right out.
That's a great gadget.
And then this here is the scoop that automatically.
The slice and scoop.
The slice and scoop, right. So you just kind of dig in and push down, which this avocado is slightly too ripe, but that's okay. I'm probably ruining your sushi rolls here.
No, honey, it's going to be fun. We'll make it work.
All right.
I have a gadget too
You do?
that you don't know about.
Okay.
This is the debut of a new gadget. Sarah didn't even know this has never been out of the package.
Is that what you showed me? Yeah, you were such a dork. When did you get that?
I got this about a week ago. We're going to try this out. She has never seen this before.
Oh my God, Amazon has been at our house every day.
Every day, there's a llama coming tomorrow. This thing is advertised. We're getting ready
You
to...
totally outdid my gadget.
We're going to give this a shot. I ordered this thing.
My
what
word.
this
You
is
didn't even wait for a birthday or Father's Day or Christmas.
It's a sushi shooter. Try saying that 5 times in a row. I guess it's got to be on there.
Have you tried this or is
No,
this
has never been out of the package before.
Oh,
I don't understand.
Yeah, you should. What?
Wait, no. Okay. I don't know why that's got to be on.
Huh?
I don't really know this thing. I thought it would be kind of simple and I would just
right.
show it like. Obviously that screws down like that. It's basically like a big caulk gun.
I know how to use my gadget.
You do know how to use your gadget. This is on Amazon. This is called the Sushi Bazooka. I've never tried. This thing is crap so far. I've never done this before. It was going to be the unveiling.
Oh, you know
And
what?
you basically, what?
I'm smelling asparagus.
Yeah,
Here we
time
go.
to do it. So basically, it's got this tube, and what you're supposed to do is put your rice in and your filling. You squeeze this thing together. Evidently, you screw this. Who knew? And then when it is in there, you push this, and it plunges the sushi roll.
Are you having good luck over there?
Oh, it plunges the sushi roll out the end somehow. It didn't look like it was all that difficult on the thing. Anyway, we're going to try this. This is going to be the unveiling of this. That thing is so cheesy. That's going to be the unveiling of the sushi bazooka.
You're trying to surprise me.
Oh my God, I'm surprising me. That thing is so crappy. Maybe it'll work. I thought it was Camp Chef, but this is the box. It's called Sushezi.
Pretty cheesy.
We're going to try this. So anyway, okay. I kind of went off rails here for just a second, but basically, here's what you need. If you don't have a bamboo roller like this, you can use one of these plastic cutting boards, or this is one of those copper grilling mats. This works great too. Any of these things that'll work or will work. So to basically build a general...
I would just like to add that not one iota of the directions is in English.
That's because it's sushi. I really call it sushezi. Okay, so you take your nori sheet. We're going to go ahead and assemble one of these while Sarah's stuff's cooling down.
Okay.
So you got your nori sheet. There's two sides. There's always a slick side and there's always a rough side. I always put the rough side in. I've made sushi with people in the past who put it on the outside to actually build it on this. I think it grabs a little bit better if you put it on the rough textured side. So,
now, okay, we've got this little thing.
Yeah.
Talk about this
Okay,
little
I
thing.
did. I said if you don't have a sushi mat, like a bamboo mat, all this is a rolling mat. A piece of plastic wrap works just as
sorry,
good.
I missed that part.
The cutting board works. The little copper mat works. Let me move this so everybody. Okay, you take all those parts. Bring those back in just a minute because I'm fixing to sushezi some sushi. Will you hand me that rice? So we've got the rice that we cooked yesterday. Let's just see if this actually works. It was pretty well overcooked. But what you want, get you about a medium-sized handful. Now, it's best if you have water. Always have a little bit of water so it doesn't stick to your hand so bad. Sarah's bowl's bigger than mine. That's the key to a happy marriage. When you're making these sushi rolls, don't put your rice all the way to the end of your nori sheet.
Okay, let's get a little bit closer.
Okay, so bring it in here. That was one small handful of rice. Let me get a little bit more here. You notice this is sticky. Of course, that's what it's supposed to be. That's why you rinse that rice. Get a little bit more here in the bottom. So, don't take it all the way to the edges because all those of you who have baked in the past and know about jelly rolls and rolling and things like that, you got to have extra space on the end because it tends to want to push out. So, to make a straight California roll, I'll come in here with some crab meat. This is the
Now,
sticks.
This is just imitation crab meat. By the way, none of our seafood is raw tonight.
Yeah.
We have smoked salmon and we have imitation crab.
Yeah, and we have a can of salmon. We're going to talk about
Oh,
that in just
yeah,
a
I
minute.
forgot.
too,
We
to
have
save
that
some
too.
money. So, okay, so you got your crab meat. You have your cucumber. And I'm going to grab one of these spears of asparagus here. You'll notice how green these came out. That's how you know they're done up right, when they're real bright green. So, to roll this up, when you're going, you almost have to, the first couple of turns, keep your hand in here and hold this. Now, the reason you're going to use a piece of plastic wrap or a mat or a cutting board or something like that is to squeeze this at the end. So, continue rolling this. Now, when you get all the way to here and you have your little bit of space left, I like to take a little water, just the same water that I'm using to keep the rice from sticking to my hands because I know my hands are clean, and put that on there and I roll that up. Take whatever you're using, whether it be plastic wrap or the copper or whatever you're using, and just give this a little squeeze. I can squeeze this until the rice shoots out the end of it. That's not the idea here. Just give it a little squeeze to firm this up and then unwrap it. Now what you want to do is give these a couple of minutes to kind of set up. So there's our first roll. I'll go ahead and do one more here real quick, and then I'm going to talk about, a lot of times you get the sushi rolls that have the rice on the outside. I'm going to show you that in just a second. One of the other ones that I really like, I'm going to try some of this fresh rice that I just cooked earlier. Am I calling?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Somebody we know?
Mm-hmm.
Or a BS call?
Nope, somebody we know.
Okay. So we spread our rice out. And if you get sticky rice on your floor, trust me, it's really easy to find. Your socks, your shoes, everything, we'll find it. Who you got?
It's Dennis.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll call him back in a few. Okay, so we push our rice out here, all the way out here to our side so that we get a good seal on the side, but we leave our gap up there. Now, I should have put the water on my hands, and I didn't. Let me get this off here. So one of the rolls that we really like is smoked salmon and cream cheese. This is a little piece of smoked salmon that I have. You need to kind of go light on your smoked salmon. Smoked salmon is very powerful. So I'm going to cut me off a little piece. I don't mind the skin being on this. That piece came off without it. So we're going to put on some of this smoked salmon for all the people that say, I don't like sushi because it's all raw. We're not cooking with anything raw tonight. Then I've got some cream cheese.
I mean, don't get us wrong. We'll eat it
Oh, yeah,
raw
we'll
all
eat
day
it raw.
long.
I'm not scared. I just forgot to get us any fish. Again, a low budget. So cut off your cream cheese. Put it on here all the way down to the end, just like we did before.
You gonna put asparagus in there?
Okay.
That'd make me happy.
You got it. Make sure you're draining this asparagus pretty good, because the last thing you want it to be really, really, really wet on the inside of here, and then everything kind of sticks together.
Is that gonna make it too thick?
Nope.
Okay.
So again, bring it over. Take your flap. Push it down as you're going, so you're sealing that. Get us a little water. First time we've ever had multiple calls in the show.
Yeah.
And then once you get it in there, take whatever mat you're using and just give this a little pressure end to end. And just kind of seal that up. Take it out, put your seam side down and let it sit for a little while. I'm telling you, they cut a whole lot easier when you let them sit. So now we're on to the roll. What? Oh, here it is. We're on to the roll where you have the rice on the outside. So, what I've got is a piece of plastic, and I'm putting it over my mat. So I've got the plastic over my mat. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to go, you know, I didn't put avocado in that other one. Maybe a California roll's got avocado in asparagus. Been so long since I had a California, I don't ever order California rolls. Okay, so I get my hands wet, I get my rice. Now this is a little different process here, so just stay with me on this. Flatten your rice out. There's a little piece of burning rice. Thought I got all that, evidently not. Get some of this fresh. I'm going to make a half and half roll. Half fresh rice, half old rice. So just push it out to the end of your mat. Kind of like what you did a minute ago. Now again, if you keep your hands nice and wet, it keeps it from pulling this up so bad. Basically, we're going to come in here. I want a little bit more over on this end. So, you've got it like this. Now you take you a nori sheet. Get out a nori sheet here. Get me out some, that's why I left the scissors out earlier, because I was going to cut this nori sheet. Now I want this nori sheet to be about a third the length that it would normally be. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this nori sheet. And then I'm going to drop it right square in the water. Which I had not planned on doing. I'm going to flatten it out on my rice. This one I'm going to go some avocado. And you'll notice all this is going in the middle of my nori sheet. Let me make a little bit of crab in this one. We're going to make a proper type California roll, and then I want a little asparagus. Let me find a small one. Asparagus was kind of big at the store today.
Yeah,
So,
I noticed that too.
now when you're doing this with just the rice and the nori on the inside, you have to be really careful and pick this up. Push this over as you're going, and you've got to keep this plastic kind of peeled back. So keep rolling. Keep kind of pushing that in there. You keep your plastic, and you'll notice if you go to the sushi place, they're doing the same thing with their plastic wrap. So you kind of get it, you get it good, give it a nice firm squeeze all the way across, get everything nice and packed in there. Take your nori or your whatever sheet you're using. If you're just using plastic wrap, that works fine too. So just use a piece of plastic wrap. You just got to be careful on your firmness. And that comes out. That end didn't stick very good because I didn't have it gripped up very good right there. But basically, there's your roll. So you would take this, you would get the plastic wrap off, and you would set it on there just like so.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
I'm so impressed.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can stuff these any way you want. We've stuffed all these. We're going to get on. Wait. I was going to get on to the slicing. Not yet. Friends and neighbors.
Oh Lord.
Because we have a Sushezi.
So what are you supposed to do? Put like your rice on either side.
I'm getting ready to show you how a professional Sushezi builds this. So according to the little promo that I watched, Sarah said none of our directions are in English, so.
Let's do smoked salmon, avocado, and
How much of this? I have no idea, so I'm just.
cucumber.
Okay, I'm just stuffing this in here. Oh, this is going to be awesome. If this actually works, this is going to be one of the coolest things ever pulled off a live TV.
I'm remaining optimistic.
Yeah, it's not the greatest quality instrument in the world, but it could still work.
Okay, you got one side longer than the other.
What are you talking about?
There you go.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there.
Okay, now. This is going to be awesome. I just almost feel like for sure. Okay, what'd you want in this? Smoked
Salmon,
Okay,
avocado, cucumber.
salmon. Okay, get in there, pal. Salmon. The outside of that salmon is really hard because that knife is literally razor sharp and won't cut it. Okay. Come here, you. All right, avocado. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing?
Cucumber.
And cucumber.
For a little bit of crunch.
Okay, now, I'm not quite sure whether you're supposed to put the end on this thing yet or not. And Sarah said none of the directions are in English. So, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to try putting the end in it. Never done on live TV prior to today. It's a little bit rickety. Tad bit rickety. Crap. What the heck, dude? It's got to be in there to start with because the thing won't close and then that go in. Okay. This is a seriously sweet operation. I'm going to put the end on it because I think there's a reason there's an end there.
Okay, now what?
You crank it, I'm assuming like this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now on the picture that I saw, you took a nori sheet Oh gosh, this is gonna be great if this works. Wait, I gotta take the cap.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really know what the cap
so
did
here's
for
what
you.
It looks like in the end.
Oh
Dude, that
my
actually
God!
worked. Oh, that worked. It's not centered on my nori sheet, but that actually worked. Look at that.
Oh my God!
That's really cool. And then I'm just gonna roll this bad boy up. That's right there. Sushezi.
Okay, like at this point they need to be paying us for like
Dude,
advertisement.
Even a 7-year-old can do it.
That's pretty
That's
crazy.
really cool. Okay, so we're going to use that one as the one to cut, even though it's one that just came out. Then I'm going to show you what we'll do with these. Now, here's the whole key. I might have said that earlier about something, but this is the real key. I'm going to cut the end of this off because I didn't have it in there very good. Okay, so when you're doing your sushi rolls, make sure you have a really sharp knife. I don't want to make a fool out of myself, so I'm running this through the thing a couple of times. Make sure you have a really sharp knife and you wet the blade. So get you a little water because this rice is going to want to grab. We've got sticky rice on the floor, I can tell you. All right, now cut through these rolls. Do not try to press your knife through there. You have to cut through a sushi roll. Because it'll just smash flat and all your toppings will come right out of the end of it. So make sure your knife's good and sharp. I'll try this other one too, just so we can see how that kind of ripped that. This knife's still razor sharp, but this blade's a little bit thicker. So you want kind of a nice thin bladed knife if you have it. Let me try one of these just to see if anybody's got a serrated knife. We're gonna try all the options here so everybody sees it. Now, when you do this, and you lay it out on your platter, like so. What you want to do to make this presentation nice is lay it out here, like so. Now let's grab one of these other ones because I want to show something that I'm going to do here. These are one that's been sitting here for a little while, so these typically slice a little bit easier. I'm going to show you one of these long ways. Cut them on a little bit of an angle if you want. I didn't wet the blade of this knife. It'd do even better if I did. Okay, now, when you lay this down, hold it together, lay it down like so. Kind of open your ends there a little bit. Now, you made your spicy Japanese mayo earlier. Take you a Ziploc bag. Put some of it in a Ziploc bag. It's a cooking chuck. We cut off just a little corner of this. You could do this too if you're doing this for people that need to be impressed. Get your cake thing out and do this in pretty colors. But you could, or pretty colors, what am I talking about? It's one color. Pretty shapes. But what you do is you can come in here, kind of give this a little what for? A little of that action. You can just give it a little bit on the pieces if you take the pieces out. So if I laid out all these pieces, I could just come in here and give each one a little shot like so. Oh, really good. Now, last but not least, for those who don't eat a lot of sushi, should have had this ready, but I was walking in sticky roll. You take a little bit of soy, and you put it in your container. It's like a train wreck. Every time I walk by, I gotta look at the sushi rice on the floor. I don't know why that is. But you give me a fork. So, wasabi. Again, available at the local grocery store. Just a little bit in your soy. Some pickled ginger. This is how I ate it when I was in Japan, overseas, so that's how we're doing it now. I like a little more ginger than that. Give this a little mix around. Stir it up good. This is your dipping sauce. Needs a little more wasabi, but for this show. So you got your dipping sauce. You got your sushi roll. Now over there, typically you eat with your hands. They're not big into forks. Of course, they're chopsticks, you know, that sort of thing. But a lot of things are eaten by hand. So even your sushi rolls, you dip it in your sauce. You might want to say something, huh?
Oh no, it's all you.
So there you go. Do your rice ahead of time. Rinse it really well so that you get sticky rice. Use a piece of plastic or a bamboo or a cutting board to roll it. Give it a little squeeze and let it sit for a minute before you cut it. Make sure your knife's really sharp. Here's your bonus on the Japanese mayo. Mayo, sesame oil, chili garlic.
Mm-hmm.
How are you digging that action?
Really, really good.
Save yourself a fortune. We probably got 25 bucks in this whole thing.
Right. How many rolls do you think we could make?
We're going to be rolling roast for a while. All cooked, so we don't want to hear the, I don't need the bait.
Right.
And the sushi bazooka.
I know, wow.
I
I know, and you like totally pulled it like off the top.
Thank you all for joining us. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you have any questions about it, put them in the comments. Happy to help. That's really good.
It is really good, baby.
That stupid bazooka thing worked.
I hear ya.
I am covered in sticky